Pilipino. It's here, the only radio talk show made specially for all workers of the call center industry. Call Center Radio. It aims to become a platform for conversation about anything related to the call center industry. We'll have different guests every week to discuss some tips, advices, and share inspiring stories of BPO employees. Call Center Radio. Call Center Radio. Hosted by N.A. Buendia, Frank Rizzo, and Tanya Cedron. Every Sunday, 7 to 8 a.m. Only here at DZRJ, 8:10 a.m. TriMedia, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Good morning mga ka-teammates and welcome sa isa na namang episode ng Call Center Radio, a show made specially for our teammates in BPO. And muli sa pamumuno po ng aming founder and producer, walang iba kundi ang voice master of the Philippines, Sir Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez. Kami po ang inyong mga ka-teammates sa BPO. I am your call center vlogger. My name is M.A. Buendia.
And I am your engineer BPO teammate, Tanya Sampran.
And I am your events host ka-teammate, the terrific host, Frank Rizzo. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry po sa delay telecast namin. Pero again, it's a beautiful Sunday and magkakaroon tayo ng very exciting topic dito sa ating show. But first,
let's greet yung lahat ng listeners and viewers and those who have liked and followed our FB page, the Call Center Radio PH. We are already at 15,342 likes. Thank you very much. And sa lahat ng FB live viewers namin kanina.
Yep, thank you so much for bearing with us. And we'd also like, of course, to thank the president ng TriMedia na si Ms. Kay Dacer at sa ating program manager na si Sir Nestor Doria. Maraming salamat po sa pagtitiwala. And of course, this program is made possible by Pochology Academy, inspiring greatness, excellence, and success, and the Creative Voices Productions.
Binabati ko lang ating producer na si Sir Choi. Nasa Taiwan siya and he's currently tuned in.
Good morning, Sir Choi. Good morning, Sir Choi.
Enjoy. I love the photos.
And the live FB.
Yes.
Also, we are online streaming via www.atrimedia.com. You can also like us on Facebook, www.facebook/atrimedia, and on Twitter and Instagram at TriMedia.
And we'd also like to greet our avid listeners not just in Metro and Mega Manila, but to those as well who are tuned in sa DYME Masbate, 107.1 Power FM Puerto Princesa, Palawan, and 97.1 WOW FM Rojas Northern, Palawan. Good morning!
Good morning, everyone! Mamaya may mga i-announce tayong mga events, di ba? Meron tayong events sa Bacolod.
Yep.
Na pinapa-announce kanina. So, ayun. On our third episode this season nga, pinag-usapan natin how to deal with difficult bosses, di ba? Isa yun sa pinaka-magandang topic. Isa yun sa, dami ko natutunan doon actually. Kasama natin doon si Mike Acuña, we also have yung YouTuber na si Mike May, at saka si Miss O.
Yes,
di ba? Ang dami nila mga shinare. So ngayon, balansehin natin, okay? The tables have turned. Okay? Ngayon na naman pag-uusapan natin how to deal with difficult agents or yung mga direct reports. Kasi aminin naman natin, ako kahit ako. Ako excited ako sa topic ito kasi 'di ba, paano kapag may issue, okay, yung hinahandle mong tao, and it's very difficult, 'di ba, to perform your job kasi may mga expectations tayo sa mga empleyado. Pero ngayon, may mga guests tayo ngayon sa booth na mag-share ng kanilang tips or pieces of advice, especially doon sa mga bagong TL pa lang or doon sa mga bagong managers na nagkakaroon ng challenges handling people. Kasi it's very challenging. So first, let's get to know them. Who do we have in the booth today, Tanya?
Yeah, he's been in the BPO industry for 6 years and he started as communication coach for utilities and now a training lead for Accenture Learning. He is a mobile photographer, writer, and a dad of 3 dogs.
3 dogs.
Ladies and gentlemen, since it's Christmas, please welcome Ken Dingle.
Hey guys, good morning. Happy good morning, October morning.
Yes, wake me up when September ends.
Pagising na yung mga yon.
We also have another guest. He's been in the BPO industry for 9 years. Started as training and quality lead, now a service delivery delivery lead. He is an innovator of sorts, husband to Michelle and dad to Mishka. Please welcome Ricky McColor.
Hey, hello.
Good morning.
Gaano kakulay ang buhay nila, no? McColor.
Ito naman, may accent on the last syllable.
McColor, alright.
Yes. Okay, so let's, mayroon tayong third guest ngayon kasi sabi ko nga, di ba, 2 hours na yung show. So, napakahirap naman na i-stretch natin yung
True.
tatlo tayo. Tapos, di naman ako masyadong familiar dito sa ganitong topic kasi baka ako yung maging subject. Anyway, kaya nag-invite tayo ng isang team leader and manager. So, she's been in the industry for like 10 years. She started as an agent. She became a team lead for a travel account in 2011. She is now a business development manager for Cloud Staff. It's an Australian company and she loves dancing and traveling. Please welcome Christine Recarte.
Good morning! Good morning, everyone!
Oh, ayan na ha. So, first, since napaka-full pack ng ating booth ngayon, marami tayong mga guests. We have Ken, we have Ricky, we have Christine. So, interested ako super sa magiging discussion natin. But first, let's get to know them. How did you get started in the BPO industry, Ken?
Yeah, so about mga 6 years, 7 years ago, parang I was doing something entirely different from BPO. I actually didn't even consider myself to be, or to, parang to work in a corporate setting, right? So, nag-start ako when my friend parang asked me to do like a 2-week gig lang in a call center, the call center that I work with now, as a consultant for Australian culture. Since I grew up in Australia, parang nag-start ako as a consultant, and then parang yung 2 weeks naging 4 weeks, tapos naging 6 weeks, naging 2 months, and now it's been 6 years already. So that's how it started, really. Yeah.
Okay, and then currently team lead ka for, lead ka for training and development.
That's correct. I started off as a communication coach, but eventually I got into the actual line of part of being a communication coach. You're in training, you become a trainer, and then now I'm managing a team for the company I work for.
Yeah. So siguro pag-uusapan natin sa kanya paano na ma-manage yung mga, for example, yung mga trainees pa lang, di ba? Kasi nasa training siya.
Yes.
Paano kung yung may kanya-kanya kasing learning curve yung mga newbies, di ba? So yun yung challenge naman sa kanya doon. Let's talk to Ricky.
Hello. Hi.
Paano ka nag-start?
Ayan, so hindi kasing kulay nung pag-start ni Ken. So I kind of stopped school 2004 after 2 years kasi I had to help the family. So eventually I did. Pero during that time that I started out as an agent in one of sa RCBC building pa yun before. Tapos eventually, I started as agent. Kinakabahan pa ako nung time na yun kasi parang 2 years lang yung nakuha ko. Actually, wala pang 2 years. So, I was kind of wondering or kinakabahan ako na, uy, bakit hindi ako tanggapin ng kasi wala pa akong, diploma and all. Yan. So, nakalusot naman, So, luckily. Tapos yan, eventually, it was a good road for me. I was given a lot of opportunities, like I led some training in Phoenix, Arizona, tapos recently in Poland. Tapos right now I'm handling a couple of different projects already. Under the company that I'm with right now.
Did you go back to school to finish?
Yeah, I did. Actually, I stopped working 2010 after I helped my sister finish school. I had some extra money, so I decided na to start working. I start studying again. So I did. Tapos I went back working 2014. Kasabay na nagre-review ako for board exams nung time na yon. Tapos after I passed the board exams, nag-pursue naman ako ng master's degrees.
What did you take up?
So electronics engineering.
Kaya innovator na kagay. Parehas kayo.
Dapat tinulungan mo ko kanina.
Nakakaya naman.
Kasi may mga engineer po sa call center. Let's talk to na naman, Christine.
Hello po. Good morning.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead. How did you get started? Kasi you started as an agent and then, di ba, you worked your way up to maging manager.
It's funny kasi I started, I just accompanied a friend na mag-apply talaga.
Okay.
Just so happened na I said, parang gusto ko rin itry kasi yung versant, yung mag-English ka, wala ka mang sinasabi, ginagawa. Parang gusto ko itry yun. Tapos, what happened that day was, ako yung natanggap, siya yung hindi natanggap.
Alam mo,
Natanggap. Tapos sabi ko, ay, hindi to masaya kasi,
Hindi kayo magkasama.
hindi kami magkasama. Pero nung nasa training na, sabi ko, ay, masaya rin naman pala. Tapos, I started as a simple customer service agent to a cable company in States. Tapos, I left them because technical halo-halo, ang sakit sa ulo. Hindi naman ako technical na tao Tapos yung mga funny pa yung mga customer. Like, can you open your window? It's cold! No, what I mean is your Internet Explorer. Yeah, it's cold. Siyempre matatanda, di ba? Pero when I get into travel account, dun talaga yung puso ko ang travel So I stayed in travel for almost 6 to 7 years. Tapos, when I become a manager, medyo controversial yun.
Oh.
Kasi from agent level, Friday I was an agent, then Monday I was already a team lead. Because I was promoted by our client na ang pinagbasihan was like endorsement of the managers.
Yeah.
Tapos yung score, 'di ba? So, naswerte lang.
Yeah.
Hanggang sa nagtuloy-tuloy na.
Yeah. We talked about that, yung nandito sila Miss O, di ba? Yung kung bakit may mga sinasabi sila na difficult bosses or yung mga bad bosses. Kasi nga, in the BPO industry, normally, nasa mid-20s or nasa 20s yung mga empleyado. And then, yung mga team leads din, nasa mga 20s din or 30s. So, the level of maturity is really different compared to those managers na mga nasa 30s or 40s na, di ba? So, pag-usapan natin yung, kasi bukod dun sa topic natin na difficult agent, i-drill down natin siya. So, what makes a bad agent or direct report, tsaka how to properly deal with them. Siyempre, yung mga coaching styles, pag-uusapan din natin how to not let it affect your work as a team lead or a boss, and then what are the types of trainings that are necessary for a supervisor. So, alam naman natin yun na kailangan nag-undergo sila ng mga people skills training, di ba, mga ganon, Six Sigma, yun, mga ganon, how to effectively handle yung coaching sessions, and then most challenging part of handling people, and then mag-share tayo ng mga advice doon sa mga newbies pa lang in the call center para wag na sila mag-inattitude, di ba? Wag na sila maging difficult agent.
Akala ko mag-share ng advice paano maging difficult agent.
Mag-share tayo ng advice doon sa mga team leads pa lang ngayon, yung mga nasa mid-20s nila, yung mga parang medyo bagito pa. Kasi matinding people skills yung kailangan mo kasi you're dealing with behaviors, di ba? So first, what makes a bad agent? What do you think is a bad agent or direct report? Let's talk to the trainer muna.
Sure.
Okay.
I actually learned this from Ricky quite recently, wherein there really isn't a bad trainee or a bad direct report, right? It's really just being able to find, I guess, a platform for you guys to discuss yung kung ano yung mga difficulties nila. So it may be perceived first of all as a bad behavior, pero really meron din silang reasoning behind that. So as part of managing a team, or even conducting training and looking at the different behaviors in training, we need to be able to find kung the correct way to deal with them, and just through conversations and through coaching as well. So
yeah.
So yun, I don't think there's such thing as
kasi in your case, you're dealing with trainees, mga namas pa lang to. So, how about you, Ricky? Kasi ikaw, you have agents na talaga under your name.
Yeah, so I think most of the agents na may behavioral issues, may pinagdaanan na yan at some point in time. So we have developed this particular mindset. So I think on a manager perspective, if you went to school at one point in time, may dadating sa point na parang sa sobrang inis mo sa isang professor, you would think of nicknames for that particular professor. And sometimes, even in the office right now, right?
Code names,
Si Error, si Coops, ganyan. So, I think, as a manager, you have to be very sensitive about these nicknames. Kasi ibig sabihin, pinatagal mo na enough yung sama ng loob ng agent sa'yo na hindi mo na-address at they've already developed this particular nickname sa'yo. So, I think na, as a manager, dealing with, with these bad agents or preventing them from getting that particular notion na nagiging bad agent sila is to address it right away. Na pag may nakikita ka na issues, you have to be very people sensitive.
Yeah.
At the same time. Kasi pag nagkaroon ka ng bad egg sa particular group, parang cancer na yun
Dami-dami
na
siya. I know.
nag-spread
Yes.
out dun sa particular group. And it's very difficult to control pag naging ganun yung
Grupo na.
Naging toxic ang environment. How about you, Christine?
I would agree with
Ricky?
Ricky.
and the what's his name? Ken. Na there's really no bad agent. I would rather say difficult. Kasi what made them difficult is, let's say, ako sa case ko recently lang, I handle travel account more or less 60 to 100 people. Ang number one kasing concern dyan, it's two things newbies and the tenured. Yung mga tenured kasi nagaling na sa iba't ibang centers. They have this certain attitude na, hey, I've been to this center already.
Yeah.
Parang gusto mo sagutin na, why are you here? Diba? Kasi they have this angst na, matagal na ako sa business. I know what I'm doing. I am a tenured. I know what I'm capable of or capable with. So, hindi mo ako pwedeng utos-utosan.
Yeah, may sungay na.
Correct, may sungay na kaagad. May iba naman na agents na pag nasama dun sa mga tenured na agents na from other centers na bago din sa company, nag-tendency na since bago itong mga to, madali silang ma-impluensyahan.
Yeah.
At kapag na-impluensyahan nga, tulad yung sinabi ni Ricky, that's the problem na kasi nagiging grupo na sila. Ang pinaka-difficult pa doon is that yung age level minsan yung understanding between the millennials, yung mga sinasabing millennials, mga bago, na mga 80s pa to. Kasi may mga ibang agents din ako na matatanda na. Or should I say mga above 30, 40, 60. And sometimes if you ask them to do this and that, they will look at you and tell you, ilang taon ka na nga ulit?
Yeah.
Like
Ginagamit
that.
nila yung age score.
May iba naman na, let's say for example, mga nurse, I have nothing against with nurse, don't get me wrong, nurse, mga lawyers, na pumupunta sila sa call center kasi they're waiting for their
your board exam or visa,
results, like that. May mga iba naman na hindi mo ako pwedeng utusan kasi I'm a degree holder.
Yeah.
Ganun. So, iba yung depende sa tao. Pero if we're gonna generalize difficult agents, it's still gonna boils down dun sa ugali.
Behavior.
Kinalakyan nila yung background kung bakit sila naging ganun. Kasi may pinanggagalingan talaga.
Yeah, may
But I think we're in the perfect position to if we deal with difficult agents to make that coaching session a successful one, right? So kasi ang coaching session napapasa yan kumbaga if for example you're coaching an agent who's going through a tough time and you collaborate with them in such a way na parang they get to parang they succeed and they get over that obstacle, right? When they become team leads themselves, they will remember that coaching session and how they've dealt or how they were dealt with when it came to something difficult, right? So kung mapapasa mo yung ganong parang magandang coaching session,
correct,
the likeliness of them doing that to their agents also will be high. So.
And that's the reason why at least once in a week we must make sure as managers na yung mga team leads namin, they coach their agents talaga kasi that's the touch-based system And I would agree with that kasi again, there's two things. You can't coach a newbie the same style that you're coaching with the tenured ones.
Different strokes to different folks.
Exactly. I would agree with that. Wag kasi mga tenured na, they know what to do They just need to understand why they need to do it. Diba? Bakit kailangan nilang sundin ako? May mga bago naman na it's a combination of skill and behavior.
Yeah, you mentioned it that difficult agent per se pwedeng behavioral pero pwede namang skill and will issue ito. So we have to identify nasa ang quadrant siya. In learning and development we have that. Is this person a high skill, high will, low skill, high will, low skill and all that. So may specific approach for each quadrant.
Correct.
Ano yung pinaka naging challenging na part mo as a trainer, Ken?
In terms of
yung training na for example hirap siya sa comm skills o kaya naman ito yung mga hoppers na
well actually just from Franco's point na we need to be able to from day one pa lang already bucket them into these quadrants, right? Because again the approach in training would be different. So for someone who has a low skill, low will, we tend to have more interaction with them, more patience with them, right? And then even get them to present the idea or to work with someone who has high skill, high will type of person. So, to answer your question, siguro yung mga, it all boils down to attitude talaga. Even if you have low skill, low will, pag may attitude ka, parang mahirap kang i-coach, mahirap kang turuan. It really boils down to that. So, yun lang. You just need to be able to bucket them and then approach them in a different way. So,
Para ka din palang mother of all your trainees.
yes, pretty much.
And that's the reason why they
Mother
call
of all
me
your trainees.
Nanay.
Yes.
Yeah, with my previous center, they call me Nanay X kasi I'm X-teen. So some of them call me Nanay. And believe me, those people sometimes were calling me Nanay are older than me pa. Pero kasi what's good about with the previous centers that I've been with, kasi kami, we practice open door policy. Like if they don't want the way na kinu-coach sila,
Be proactive in telling them.
yeah, I would even ask them, tell me if your team leads are not coaching you per week or if you don't like how they coach you para we meet halfway. Kasi ganun ang nangyari. Ang naiintindihan ko rin naman kasi mga ahente namin that like, let's say for example, binibigyan nila yung kailangan ng company, ng account, ng stats, lahat-lahat. And then kapag sila naman yung may kailangan, parang pahirapan.
Correct.
So kapag ganun ang nangyayari, nagkakaroon ng misunderstanding, leads to a difficult agent.
Yeah.
Kasi doon na magsusumbatan na, bakit binibigay ko naman yung stats na gusto ninyo, yung benta na gusto ninyo, pero kapag ako hindi nyo ako mapagbigyan, di ba?
I guess kaya ganyan yung ni Christine kasi, diba, she was an agent.
Yeah.
So alam niya. Same with Ricky, diba? Nag-start ka na sa agent. Voice account ba yung sa RCBC? Minsan kasi may kita mo kapag homegrown yung manager, medyo mas may compassion and all. How do you deal with them pala? How to properly deal with them? What's your style, Ricky?
So I think it's more of what we call situational leadership. So it's not everyone na kasi may iba na linear yung kind of leadership style. Like how I would deal with Ken, for instance, would be the same as
Same lang.
Diba? So it generates more problems. So I would usually say, or I would usually compare coaching na parang if you brought a ball into the sea, diba? Kunyari ang objective mo is ilubog yung ball na yun. If you have a difficult agent, imagine a air-filled ball, yung mga balloon type na balls. So pag sinuntok mo pababa, attempting to submerge it, it will bounce back harder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
So there are some agents naman na parang bowling ball na pag tinapan mo lang sa dagat, susunod lang.
They just flow.
Diba? So I think it depends, no? It depends. Tapos, you also have to target motivations. Like for example,
Correct.
For example lang, if the work is linear, meaning yung type of work mo is repetitive, routinary, then it's very effective if you're going to do yung mga monetary rewards, yung mga tipong mga
gadgets.
GC gadgets, mga refrigerator kung may budget, diba?
Fun time.
Lupa, diba?
Fun time Fridays.
Yan. Pero if you're dealing with people na medyo on the L2 level, like SMEs, na SME agent, ganyan, your approach should be different. Kasi nagiging iba na yung motivations nila, like you can give all the money, all the IP, yung mga bonuses for this particular person, pero not necessarily na I will perform. So sometimes you have to differentiate na pag ang scope ko is to think of creative stuff for this particular project, then your motivation should be, I will give this person more opportunities such as mastery, possible training, promotions, ganun, you're prepping them for promotions. So dapat mag-iiba din yung type of motivational approach mo.
Mas intrinsic.
Oo, kasi diba, everyone is unique.
Yeah, kasi
kumbaga different bait for different fish.
Correct.
Parang ganun.
Let's say for example, for me, when I started as a team lead, first question that I have for my team or for my member is that, what motivates you? Tapos I let them understand what's the difference between satisfaction and motivation. Kasi in satisfaction, that's something na sila lang yung makakakuha nun sa sarili nila eh. Kasi let's say for example, your motivation is your family. So how would you satisfy your family? I mean, kaya ako nagtatrabaho dahil sa kanila. So, paano mo sila mapapasaya? So, let's sabi nga ni Ricky, monetary, sometimes it's the gadgets, appliances.
Mga extrinsic material things.
Correct. So, how do you motivate them? It's very simple. Give them goal. Na kapag nakuha nila, make sure na you're ready to give the price then. For the SMEs that I've handled naman with the team leads, trainings, that's number one. Challenge them. in terms of challenging, maraming paraan eh. Let's say, for example, if you were able to hit this goal this month, what's your next goal? And then you prepare them in terms of have them side by side sa'yo. Let them, maranasan nila yung mga naranasan mo as a manager. Like, it's a preparation for them na din how to handle a bigger role and a bigger number of people. Kasi sometimes the challenge that we have in the center is that pag naging shadow na lang kasi sila, magiging mediocre na lang. Ganun eh. So, dapat binibigyan mo sila ng responsibilities. Even agents, yung mga tenured ko, if you want to be an SME, if you want to be a trainer, if you want to be a team lead, as early as now, bibigyan na kita ng responsibility. Like,
You're preparing them actually for the bigger role.
Correct. And that's the reason why coaching is very important. Kasi dun mo ma-profile kung sino yung mga gusto na, at saka ready na, at saka yung pwede. So, for that, ang ginagawa namin, ako personally, is that I ask them, what do you really want ba after 6 months?
The problem nga with people kasi, they have a lot of complaints and they don't know what they want to do in life.
Correct.
May pinanggagalingan ako.
Parang may pinanggagalingan ka nga.
So you need to use the root cause
You don't know what you want.
Is this people or MA?
Millennials in general. Kasi ako, I'm getting a lot of questions from people or basically from my followers na asking na parang, should I leave? Ganito my job? Should I quit? Or whatever. And then I would ask them, parang ano yung gusto mong gawin?
Yes.
Kasi
Exactly.
hindi yung aalis ka doon tapos lilipat ka rin another company kaya nagiging hopper yung iba. And then may na-encounter ulit silang ganung conflict. They will leave again, di ba? So parang ano ba talaga yung gusto mong, ano ba yung purpose mo? Ano yung passion mo na gusto mo?
Or simply lang natin, what makes you happy? Kasi if the person is happy, regardless whether the job is hard, mahirap, madali, if your people are happy kasi, they will stay. No matter what happened, they will stay. So, kapag naman sa ganung happiness, lagi ko na sinasabi sa mga hente ko, that's something na hindi ko mabibigay sa inyo. Happiness should come from within, di ba?
Yeah.
Because it's very subjective.
Exactly. Kasi,
Magpapalit ako ng bed.
Ano yan?
Curious lang ako dito kay Ken. Kasi was there a time na naapektuhan na yung trabaho mo as a trainer dahil sa difficult na to?
Yes, maraming times na rin yan.
Na-challenge ka?
Actually, kasi like parang kuminsan i-question mo yung ability mo.
Yeah, your credibility.
And that's why it's important for you to also have a network within your company. Because you spend maybe 8 hours a day with these people. You need to be able to establish a relationship na parang, for example, kay Ricky, may problema ako. Pwede mo ba akong tulungan sa ganito, ganyan. Parang just the right approach because the likeliness of Ricky going through that situation in the past is high also. So parang, we work through things together. Kaya, or even yung mga leads ko na in the past, sila yung parang lagi kong motivator sa mga ganyan. But, I guess coming from Christine's point na parang yung coaching session kasi dapat we get to let our parang guards down, right? It's harder
easier said
than done, right? But ang gusto ko lang sabihin is like when you get into a coaching session, that's also the time to let your lead know na kung ano yung mga gusto mong mangyari sa career mo. And then that way, once you voice that out, it's our opportunity also then to find avenues for you to grow. Kaya,
What I noticed lang din for most people with may it be boss or the agent, kasi sometimes people forget to empathize. Kasi diba, may pinanggagalingan naman lahat ng ginagawa natin eh. You wouldn't understand your boss if you don't ask, ano ba talaga yung reason ba't mo yan ginagawa? Bakit may ganito kang metrics for me? And you wouldn't understand the agent, bakit ba talaga siya may attitude? Maybe it's time to ask. Kasi empathy, it's very powerful. Kasi you would understand kung saan siya nagagaling and you would parang you would meet halfway. O sige, since ganyan ka, ganito yung kailangan ko, let's decide.
We can always practice the leap approach. Listen, empathize, apologize if there's something to apologize with, or acknowledge, and then you present a solution to that agent.
Ang taray, technical.
Sulat.
Pakisulat na po yung mga
Nagsiksik pa to.
I was a team lead before for a learning and development as well.
Yeah.
So, kaya may nahuhukay ako.
Correct. Saka feeling ko rin yung gano'n, na depende rin siya sa personality nung boss, di ba? Like for example, may mga boss kasi na masyadong technical. So parang magaling sila sa metrics, numbers, analytics, pero yung people skills or yung parang yung emotional connection nila, personal connection nila with the employees, yun yung parang medyo off. So minsan doon nagkakaroon ng conflict na parang ano ba to? Parang feeling nung hindi siya na-appreciate or hindi siya nako-comment.
Yes.
'Di ba? Normally, like in your case, you're an engineer. Do you categorize yourself as a technical boss or was there an adjustment? Kasi nasa BPO.
So I think it's more of I had some adjustments pero kasi it's a matter of how you use your particular learnings or experiences towards work. Like for example, the common notion is that pag nasa call center ka, you're just taking in calls whatever, right?
Yeah.
Pero since I have background in engineering, I was able to upskill a lot of my folks. Like for example, sa agents, we have people who are now doing programming work, developing their own tools. You transfer that particular knowledge. Paano mo gagamitin, for example, si calculus to optimize a particular metric?
Oh my God, calculus.
Yung mga,
wait lang.
Yung mga Excel
Exactly. Integral.
Like for example, in forecasting, we were able to use neural networks, which is actually computer intelligence, part of automation sa electronics engineering. So, it's a matter of how you are able to utilize
your strengths,
and strengths as well. At the same time, it also generates a lot more interest from your group na, hey, this is not something repetitive na, it's something that I can eventually learn, no? So I have even people na are nursing graduates who are now doing analytics. So imagine that leap. So I would adjust, but at the same time I would also expect the people that I have to adjust to the level of competency that I expect them to be.
Perfect.
That's good.
Tsaka that's the good thing about the BPO industry kasi hindi pwedeng sabihin dito na nurse lang ako, ito lang gagawin ko or whatever. Kasi parang yung iba nga dito pag umalis na pwede na maging rocket scientist kasi sa sobrang dami ng LOB na pinagdaanan. Ako I started as medyo related siya sa course ko, comsci graduate ako. So nag-start ako as a tech support for a DSL, medyo related. Hanggang sa tumatagal, napupunta ako dun sa mga finance and accounting na account, napunta ako dun sa bilingual na Spanish, napunta ako sa, hindi ko nakasan yung health or credits and collections. Pero, ibig sabihin, masyado siyang malawak yung range.
Yeah.
So, kung yung sinasabi ni Ricky na kung ma-upskill mo sila, ibig sabihin nandun yung fulfillment, na nandun yung, yung learning kasi na nandun sa company. Kaya, they would stay, tapos magiging loyal sila kasi nakikailangan nila na nag-grow sila within the company, di ba? Pag-usapan din natin, ano yung mga types and trainings na kailangan para mag-succeed ang isang supervisor, especially dun sa mga baguhan pa lang ngayon? In your case, Christine, ano yung mga programs niyo?
Based on my experience, one thing na nakatulong talaga sa akin when I started to become a team lead is the Leadership 101 fundamentals. And different types of coaching, like coaching 101, like this one, how to handle difficult agent. Kasi if this future team leads would undergo with those kinds of trainings, mas madali sa kanila eh. Like let's say sa akin, ang napakahirap sa akin kasi Friday agent ako, Monday bigla akong team lead. Parang pagdating ng Monday, wait, saan ba ako magsisimula? Hindi ko alam. So, I would say na siguro bago i-promote ng mga bosses itong mga future team leads, I would say, i-prepare nyo muna.
Yes.
Kasi ma-overwhelm sila eh. Like ako na-overwhelm ako eh. Dumating sa time na nagsi-17 hours ako sa office. Kasi gusto ko matutunan lahat. At the same time, kailangan kong i-handle yung team ko.
Nagdo-double time.
Nagdo-double shift ako. Kasi nga, after my whole shift na 9 hours, mag-aaral pa ako ng leadership training, coaching, whatever. Tapos meron ko pa mga personal na paano ko uwi, traffic. Tapos pagdating mo sa bahay, exhausted ka na, wala ka ng time para sa family mo. So, yung akin lang is that with the current company and previous company that I've been with, one thing that I propose is that prior siguro i-promote yung tao, let's prepare them.
Because it will help both the company and yung mga tao mo and the person, both, tatlo pala.
Kasi what happened to her, parang quick talaga sa amin dati sa, if I may mention, Global Learning Support na dati kong company, 3 months before namin makuha yung title, prepared kami for the leadership role. So merong mga trainings, merong mga interaction with the agents and all that.
You know the process naman eh. Kaya lang kasi when it comes to fundamentals, tapos yung how to handle your team, yung mga technicalities about your account, tasks and delegations, your responsibility, alam mo yun eh. eh. Pero yung napaka-importante kasi doon is that yung fundamentals of leadership, yun yung pinaka magiging foundation ng isang team lead eh. Na ganito pala kapag nag-team lead na, hindi na pwedeng childish, hindi na bigla-bigla.
Kasi yung score mo, hindi na lang siya sa'yo.
Oo. Tsaka yung feeling ko ang very important is that people would see na this person can actually deliver results through people. Kasi paminsan, they think na, this person is ready to become a manager, pero technical lang pala siya.
Yeah.
Like, super magaling siya individual contributor, but not as a people manager.
Which is true.
Diba?
Most cases na meron akong hinandle na account, yung mga top agents ko, they're not, yung iba lang, hindi talaga sila pang managerial level.
Hindi pa.
Hindi pa.
ready.
Hindi pa. Pero yung iba, nagtataka sila, bakit naman yung isa, hindi naman magaling.
Hindi naman performer. Correct.
Kasi ina-explain ko sa kanila, yes, the person yung nakikita ninyo sa number 1 sa top agent natin, maybe the best person, technically in our account, specifically with product, pero hindi siya ganun ka-ready when it comes to handling
people. Kasi kailangan may influence.
Yes.
Kasi sa BPO kasi mapapansin mo ang fast-paced kasi may mga projects kasi na for example, nag-start lang kayo ng 30. Like for example sa amin, nag-start lang kayo ng 30 agents. Tapos syempre yung client doon, titingin lang siya sino yung pinaka nag-perform. Tapos kailangan na namin ng team lead. Siya na yung team lead.
Lalo pag mga pioneering accounts talaga.
Siya na. So minsan pag nagloloko-loko na kasi syempre magkakaroon na ng attitude yung iba dyan na parang bakit siya na-promote? Doon na mag-start yung bitterness ng iba na hindi naintindihan kung ba't gano'n, para mas tenured pa ako sa kanya. Yung iba, ba't gano'n, mas bata siya sa akin. Or hindi naman siya magaling mag-English. Bakit siya naging... Marami nang nagiging gano'n. Kasi ibig sabihin, hindi dumaan sa tamang process.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, may message ako dun sa mga agents na who would have that particular mindset.
Yeah.
Kasi ganito yon. You know, if you build that particular culture amongst your team na lagi ka nagreklamo and then even voice out mo laging reklamo mo sa colleagues mo. Now, when you become a lead, you have built a culture already like that, and then it will give you more problems than good. Kasi tinirain mo yung colleagues mo na ganito dapat tayo mag-isip, guys. Ganito dapat tayo magreklamo. So pag naging lead ka na, how do you expect now to make your job easier by doing that? So what I usually tell my agents and my leads before was every time na meron kang problema or may particular concern ka, you use the what I call the basura rule. So, yung basura rule na ginagawa ko for my team is that, for example, anything that happens within the company. Kunyari sabihin sa'yo ng company, guys, naghihirap na yung kumpanya, wala ng 14th month pay. Kunyari lang. Me, as a lead, I would not tell my agents, basura naman dito sa kumpanya ko, walang 14-month pay. What I would do is I would go to my manager and then I would raise both my hands and say, basura dito sa kumpanya. Kaya basura rule. Kasi you always go up, you never go down. Pero whatever you're going to message for your agents are gonna say na, okay lang yun. Probably there's something else that they're planning for us or whatever. Kasi if you don't build that particular culture, you will have much more difficulty handling these people, lalo na yung naging colleagues me before, rather than na parang inayos mo so that they're already trained in that particular sense na this is how we should react for this particular scenario.
Maturity always comes in play.
Correct. Tsaka gusto ko sinabi niya na kailangan medyo pataas yung
Yes.
escalation mo. Kasi normally kapag team leads, tapos for example, agent kayo pareha, tapos naging team lead na siya, iba na dapat yung relationship niyo doon. Although friends kayo outside of work, pero yung mga di-discuss niyo na within the management level lang, doon lang siya pataas. Yung escalation, parang
escalation nga siya, diba?
Pataas,
so, pataas siya
diba?
dapat. Wala may escalation pababa.
Yung iba naman kasi feelings ko,
whining.
Whining.
Escalation.
Parang Filipino culture yun, di ba? Na parang, okay, para masabi mo na magkakampi tayo rito, siraan natin para isang company.
Which is, alam mo, kahit ngayon,
nangyayari siya.
With the current situation that I have in, it's happening with even not just for agents, but also for manager levels. Believe me, because there are some things na yung jealousy kasi minsan plays a big role sa sa isang sitwasyon na ganyan. Let's say for example, grupo kayo na lahat kayo sabay-sabay nag-start, tapos may isang umangat, tapos yung isa doon medyo insecure sa'yo kung bakit siya, tapos ang gagawin niya magkakampi-kampihan sila, tapos ang mangyayari yung isa kawawa. Pero eventually, hindi na iintindihan ng mga taong to na sooner or later, kapag sila naman yung susunod na pre-promote, since because ganyan yung tinuro nilang culture,
ganun din yung gagawin.
Ganun din ang gagawin sa kanila.
Correct.
So, that's the reason why, most of the time, I have this bullshit session I call it bullshit session. Wherein, mag-skip level management meeting ako. Let's say, for example, i-bullshit nyo sa akin yung team lead ninyo, yung SME ninyo. Pero whatever these people would tell me that moment, sa akin na yun eh. Tapos, I'll coach this person na, so ganito gagawin natin, i-tweak natin a little bit. So, yung mga agents natin, they don't like this and that. So, ano ba sa tingin mo yung pwede natin gawin para maayos tong sitwasyon natin sa ganito, ganyan? Kasi, ang nangyayari, you have to play balance kasi both for your team leads, at the same time, both for your people. Which is kinda difficult because team lead is isa, people is 10. So, kanino ka kakampi, kanino ka makikinig. Pero kailangan mo rin i-make sure na hindi mo mababypass yung team lead kasi dapat kailangan mo nga siyang empower eh.
Yeah.
Diba? So, ang nangyayari, nagkakaroon ng difficulty na upper level management, dapat sa inyo na lang yun, sa atin na lang yun. Pero pag once na humarap na tayo sa mga ahente o kaya sa mga SME, mga team leads natin, dapat different phase na yun. Kumbaga, tayo na lahat, sumalo lahat ng mga dapat saluhin. Tapos pagdating sa kanila, dapat good vibes ang lagi.
And for me, I think, like on a daily basis, just do the work, right? Like for me, for example, if I wanted to become like a manager or whatever it is, I'll ask my team lead to like give me parang work that would get me to that level, right? So when the opportunity comes and I become a manager, I'm already doing the work, I've had experience in doing the work. People's already seen me doing the work. So it's not like parang a big surprise anymore. So wala nang jealousy ganyan. Kasi they'll see how dedicated you are to your job. You're seeking for these types of trainings, types of experience. So hindi na tayo parang surprise, parang ganon. So for me, like, it's important for us to find someone within the organization, like higher up most likely, that could mentor us to get to that level, right? And to provide that air cover. Ito, very important sa akin to na magkaroon tayo ng air cover sa taas eh. These people usually not necessarily manage your career, but provide you with insights from where they are, right? As to ano yung parang way to advance in your career, what type of trainings they have to, kasi they've been there eh. So parang get these learnings from your mentors, even from your peers, right? So you can get to that level that you want.
Yeah, I think that would answer yung mga questions basically na what do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Yeah.
Kasi if you see yourself 5 years from now, gaya nung someone ng other team, then get that someone to mentor you. Because how can you go there? Yung transition yung important dun eh. Tsaka yung iniisip nila na, no, I have to be 10 years in the company before I will be able to go there kasi may sinusunod. Wisdom comes with experience, not necessarily by age. So, parang, di ba, ikaw nga medyo mabilis yung transition mo. Kasi people see you in different sides ng mga skills and yung mga soft skills mo. So maybe if gusto mo din naman na maging manager and effective, kasi they see you as manager na eh. If gusto mo maging effective, do your part. Diba?
Mas crucial yung kay Ken kasi nga nandun siya sa training ng mga newbies to. So kailangan medyo makita nila na maganda yung company, I made the right decision, nandito ako pumasok. So yung kanya kasi parang like when I started in the call center industry last 2010, parang doon mo makikita kung doon pa lang sa training nakita mo na parang napaka-promising nung pwedeng i-offer sa'yo nung ano, 'di ba? Parang nandoon ka magko-commit ka na 5 years nandito ako sa ano na to. Parang kasi nagkakasungay naman normally yung mga pag nasa prod na nandun na sila, ma-influensya na sila ng mga tenure.
It's only a matter of time kung gaano kataas na yung sungay.
Ay, meron akong quote yan. Lagi sinasabi sa mga badingersis ko yan. Ako ang nagbigay ng sungay sa inyo, pero pag sinawag nyo ko, ako rin ang magpuputol sa mga yan. Kasi sila, ako spoiler kasi ako eh. Like, let's say for example, if I see this person, a team or this group performing very, very well, sige, give and take tayo, diba? Bigay mo yung gusto ko, bibigay ko yung gusto mo. Kung gusto mo ng leave, kailangan bigyan mo ako ng magandang stats. Kaya lang ang nangyayari, may challenge sa part na yun kasi nai-spoiled mo yung tao mo eh.
Yeah. At saka lumalaki yung ulo.
Spoiled mo na, yun, lumalaki yung ulo, nagiging demanding. So, nagiging, yun, isang challenge sa akin yun. As a manager. Naging demanding na sila. So, ang nangyayari, yung ibang mga tao na nasa paligid, iniisip na, ay, favorite na kasi itong grupong to. So, ang ginagawa ko, medyo tweak tayo ng konti. Kumbaga, kung hindi, kasi, kaya may difficult agent, kasi minsan, may challenge din yung mga nagmamanage.
Yung boss, yeah.
Correct.
Kumbaga,
So,
hindi sila nagtugma. Tsaka yung sabi mo, kung meron ka nang nakikita nila na, parang favorite ata nito si ganito. Nandun na yung inggitan, di ba? How do you maintain that, Ricky? Na parang, as much as possible, kasi hindi naman talaga homogeneous ang nasa call center, di ba? Yun nga, laging may mga galing sa ganitong school, may mga galing sa ganitong industry, may galing sa ganitong...
Very
kumbaga, hindi siya very, diverse.
Yes.
Diba?
So, I think, as a manager or as a leader, you have to also set your boundaries. Like, right now, we're probably talking about, how to deal with people, what's the ideal situation, but there has to come to a point that you have to draw the line.
Yeah.
When to accept a particular situation. Like in the workflows or the projects that I'm working on right now, I've set special rules, especially for people who have health concerns, who have personal issues. So we make certain adjustments. Like for example, ginawa ko for I have students na I have agents na may students, like they are learning law, they're taking up law,
Okay.
they're taking up tested trainings. So I make certain arrangements for them. I also have agents na may mga health concerns, so I also make adjustments for them. But for example, it comes to a point na hindi na siya controllable. Like may mga times na sabihin nila na hindi ako pwede pumasok kasi I'm not feeling well, ganyan. Yung biglaan na lang na ganun. I think that's fine. Pero how do you learn to draw the line between okay lang to and then this is getting abused?
Yeah.
Right? So in my case, the rules or the rules you set should be fair and applicable to all, even if it's an SME, even if it's a team lead. Kasi if they see that there are special something for the next levels, then they would start to compare now. We're experiencing the same thing. We're doing more work than you, but why are you doing this to us? Something like that. So establish that environment of equality and fairness. At the same time, draw your lines, draw your boundaries na, guys, pag ito yung ginawa niyo, ito lang yung pwede natin bigay. Kasi like for example, just one specific example, we have instances na parang, sige, we will adjust your schedule because of your needs, like for example, may school ka or whatever. And then, ang gagawin ng person is, hindi ako makapasok ngayon kasi may midterm ako bukas or ganyan. Pero for me, I would say, isn't your midterm scheduled? So why did you not prepare prior? So I think that's something that I can also already say that I can draw the line na hindi ko pa pwedeng tanggapin to because I've already given enough breathing room for you.
Yes.
Okay.
But I have a question on that. Kasi diba, they have this reward system and we also have the punishment system. Do you use both to balance or do you prefer yung reward system over the other?
Good question.
Yeah.
For me, I would say it depends on the situation. Let's say, for example, kapag sumusobra na talaga yung agent. Kasi normally, we do it like a verbal coaching. As much as possible, you want to understand why. Bakit sila nagiging ganito. So, usap. And if nothing happens, it's the only time that I would give paper.
Okay.
But once I give a paper, that's ultimatum na. Kasi it will progress eh. So, like yung sinasabi sa kanila, this is not about you, but more of your behavior in my job. Kasi at the end of the day, it's my job versus your job. So, you just have to understand bakit namin to kailangan bigay sa'yo. Kasi, kinausap ko na ng ilang beses eh. No coaching documentation or whatnot.
Yeah.
Pero, kapag alam mo sumusobra na, that's the only time na pag pumitik na ako, kailangan na i-document to. Kailangan may papel na to. Pero most of the time, I would rather spread good vibes by rewarding people rather than, consuming my time punishing or, giving
Policing.
reprimand someone. Kasi that will, that will create another difficult situation for everybody. Kasi hanggat maaari ang mga ahente ngayon, sabi mo nga, millennial na, di ba? They tend to compare. Bakit si ganito na late? Bakit si gano'n? Umabsent? Bakit walang papel?
Correct.
Bakit ako meron? Di ba? Bakit siya naman, parehas kaming umabsent dahil masakit ang ulo, bakit ako may papel, siya wala? So, doon mo na ipapasok na, tumawag ka ba? Kasi siya nag-notify, ikaw hindi. Diba? So, yung mga ganun situation, much of the time, dinidepende ko sa sitwasyon talaga eh. Kung itong taon to ay understand naman yung situation, hanggat maaari, meet halfway. Verbal mo muna. Pero kapag sumobra na, then make them accountable.
Yeah.
Diba? Make them accountable by making sure they sign a paper and they made sure na whatever they're gonna put on that piece of paper, susundin nila. If they're not gonna be late, then must be, hindi na sila mag-late. But most of the time, I would say, the best way to make your people follow you is to reward them at the same time, have them maging responsable and give them tasks. Especially mga tenured. Kasi yung mga tenured na yan, alam na nila yung gagawin nila eh. What they're looking for is more of attention. Attention. Kasi parang pamilya lang din tayo. Ako yung nanay, sila yung mga bata. So si ate tsaka si kuya, minsan nagsiselos kay bunso kasi hindi nabibigyan ng attention. Give them responsibility. Let's say for example, as simple as task na, get the stats of your team. Yung ganong mga eksena, doon mo makikita kung sino na yung pwede na tsaka responsable na eh.
Correct.
Profile mo na eh.
Yep.
Yep,
go ahead.
Pero I think it's important for us to, like, especially for our training, to establish the rules as early as possible.
Yeah,
right?
kailangan may clear na set yung mga expectations ng company.
Expectations, that's right. Kasi dapat alam nila kung ano yung you need to be able to set the expectation in such a way na parang kung gagawin nila to, clear ba na is it just a coaching session, is it like a written warning, whatever it is. Pero you get into that mindset na these things are not taken lightly. Kasi for example, they do something na parang lagi sila na late sila the first time, hindi mo sila kinoach, hindi mo sila binigyan ng coaching log or whatever. The likeliness of them doing that again is also very high, di ba? Kasi parang,
hindi naman ako na-reprimand.
Hindi naman ako na-reprimand. Wala naman silang ginawa.
Lenient naman pala.
Very lenient naman pala. And plus, that translates to how you as a trainer represent the company as well. Yung trainer ko nga, hindi naman ako sinasabi sa mga. Bakit kayo pagdating sa production?
I-blame na nila dun sa higher management. Ricky, may mga na-encounter ka na ba na good agent or good employee tapos naging bad?
Yeah.
Nag-transition na parang ano nangyari? Ba't parang napaka-dedicated mo nung una?
Hindi naman.
Tumataas din ang kamay ko.
I think so for the most part, I think in the number of years that I've been part of the BPO industry now. So one of the things that really triggers people to go to the other side.
Yeah, nasa dark side.
The dark side. Is that yung experience nila with how fair that they were treated.
Yes.
Yung opportunities or equal opportunities that we have given. Kasi let's face it, BPO industry in the Philippines is very wide. It's very vast like the ocean.
Yeah.
But very shallow. In a sense na comparing us to the other countries like India or whatever na established na yung BPO industry, that they have people na working na normal na magkaroon sila ng managers na master's degree, doctor's degree, right? In the Philippines, not very common.
Correct. Yes. Nga, nasa mid-20s pa lang manager na, no?
Exactly. So I think it's a matter of how do we plan to get there? How do you ensure na our people are getting the right opportunities or equal opportunities? Even the reward system, right? Like, how do you know when the reward system is right? Reward the right behaviors. Like, for example, if they're just meeting the metrics, the common thing to do is pa-pizza. Right? Why would you reward something that's normal?
Yeah, it's just meeting expectations.
Yeah, like yung attendance bonus, di ba? Kung parang basic expectation niya na pumasok siya, ba't kailangan i-reward mo na wala siyang absent the entire month? Pero may mga ibang project na sobrang daming absenteeism ginagawa yun.
Yes. Depende talaga kung ano yung kailangan din ng account na ipasa na metrics.
But I think, on that particular perspective, that mindset should change. Kasi that's very reactive. You're not addressing the root cause of the problem, which is what is really causing the people to drive or behave this way.
Yes.
So sometimes you have to look at ano ba yung engagement activities mo prior, ano yung mga may nakikita ba ng agents na may future ako dito sa business na to, or just me going to work and then earning money and then go home?
Yeah.
I think that's also another thing. So you have to be creative as a manager. Hindi lang pwede na parang papasok, parang you're just going with the flow. Sabi nga ni MA sa one of his posts, you're not a dead fish.
Yeah.
Just to go with the flow.
Don't go with the flow.
Yeah,
Rise above it.
Exactly.
So, I'm a dead fish.
I have a question, since we're talking about setting boundaries and maintaining professionalism. In your case, Christine, how did you handle yung mga friends mo? Kasi you said Friday, you're just
an agent.
ka-level mo sila. And then, come Monday, team lead na ako. So, how did you manage that?
It's difficult for my case nung nag-start talaga ako. But as years passed by, medyo na-overcome ko na yan eh. When I started, andyan yung mga kaibigan na, uy, pa-VL recon mo nga ako.
Ayan na.
May mga favors na sila.
VL recon next week. Wala yung TL ko eh. So, iniisip ko kagad, pag VL recon ko to, yari ako dun sa TL nito. So, sinasabi ko na lang, play safe tayo. Kausapin mo na yung TL mo. Tapos, kapag nakausap mo na yung TL mo, patext mo sa akin yung TL mo. Na yung TL mo mismo nagsasabi na ipapa-VL recon kita. Kasi pre, mahirap eh. Tandaan mo, may anak ako. Baka mamaya pag nawala ako, hingi ako sa panggatas. Mga ganang diskarte na lang.
So, emotional.
With my previous company naman, kasi ano talaga ako eh, management talaga ako eh. So yung ultimo mga ahente kahit na facilities and card, kilala ko eh, barkada ko eh. So sila, didiretso kagad sa akin yung business sa team lead. Nay, pa-VL recon ako. Kinausap mo na team lead mo? Hindi pa po kasi na ganyan. Kasapin mo team lead mo. Kasi doon pa lang, alam na nila ako na nagsimula kami, transparent talaga ako eh. Pag sinabi kong barkada tayo after shift, kahit magmurahan tayo, maglokohan tayo, that's fine. Pero pag tumapak na yung pa ako sa carpet, hindi na ako si Christine Ricarte. I'm the deputy manager na ng account na to. So, expected sa akin na ito yung gagawin ko. Ngayon, kung hindi tayo nagkakaintindihan doon, abay magalit ka. Wala akong pakialam, magalit ka. Kasi, ang nangyayari dyan is that, pag pinagbigyan mo yung isa, kailangan mo pagbigyan lahat.
Required ka na pagbigyan lahat. Yes.
Kasi kapag di mo na pagbigyan yung isa, sasabihin ng isa, bakit siya
Mumuntong hininga si Frank.
So I guess kasi she's making a lot of sense. So bottom line is the rule that apply to one applies to all dapat.
Yeah.
Walang best friend dito.
Wala.
Yeah.
Pero mahirap yun, di ba?
Yeah. Pero I heard this from actually it's a gospel sa church, pero it's applicable naman to everyone. Now, when we say life is not fair or his rules are not fair, it's actually, you're not pertaining to the fairness of all. You're pertaining to how fair it is on your side.
On your side.
Parang,
perspective mo siya.
Oo. Kasi fairness actually subjective. For me, fair lang yung ginawa niya na, okay ako mag-leave siya, hindi. Kasi reasonable naman for me.
Yeah.
But if ikaw yung other person, you would think na,
Hindi
bakit
fair.
yung reasons niya lang yung acceptable? Why is mine not? When you come to a logical point, puro same, parang pareho naman tayong may reasons. How do you weigh kung which is heavier or not? So fairness actually subjective. Kaya medyo mahirap talaga pag lead ka na.
Which is correct. Kasi ako, aminado ako dyan. I'm not a perfect manager. Sometimes kapag inis ako dito, nabasinan ako nito nabasinan ako nito hindi ito makakalib sa akin.
Nakakalive ba sa'yo yung lagi nagla-like ng post mo? May mga managers kasi na gano'n, na nababribe, di ba? Although bawal yung bribe.
Depende, dapat may sneakers din.
May pa Starbucks pa ba yan?
Gusto nyo mag-leave po, or may mga favor kang hingin sa
May mga suhol eh.
Suhol. Pero ano siya, ano man tawag, hindi naman direct, di ba? Ano lang siya, may mga gano'n niya, ilalike mo lagi yung...
Sa akin, minsan binabara ko kagad. Kunwari, pinayagan ko yung agent na mag-leave. Pagdating, may mga pasalubong, may suhol si Keme, kainin nyo. Para makita nila na, ay, ano naman pala si DM, okay naman pala siya. Pero madalas kung minsan, yun yung mga nangyayari sa call center eh. Bago mag-leave yung agent, this is a funny story dun sa dati kong account. Boss, ano bang favorite niyong frap? Ako naman, sita nga, sagot. Ganito, ganyan. Cake po, ganito, ganyan. Pagpasok ko, Tapos may nakalagay sa note, boss, absent po ako today kasi I have something important. So,
pero it works, di ba? Kasi Filipinos are very emotional. We consider a lot of things. Especially mga may connection na sa atin personally, na friends na kayo. Meron talaga na parang may magiging lenient ka or mas magiging considerate ka dun sa person na yan compared dun sa employee na as in wala talaga kayong relationship. May mga gano'n na, may mga gano'n ka ba? Si Ken, marami tong friends.
Madami akong friends.
How do you maintain the setting boundaries and professionalism?
Well, actually, meron ako isang co-trainer one time na nagsabi sa akin na parang when you train, try not to have any sort of parang parang bias or even like any sort of relationship, parang don't be friends with them. Parang basically is what you said, right?
Sa training pa lang.
Sa training pa lang kasi at the end of the training there are times na you'll have to let them go. Parang it's harder, ganyan.
Yes.
Pero sa akin, yung style ko lang talaga, you know, this is a people business, right? Like, you know, you're dealing with a lot of people and you really want, you know, to form the relationship early kasi if once they're on the floor and you're the trainer for that project, most likely sila rin yung kailangan mo kunan ng buy-in for the initiatives that you run, right? So as early as training, kahit na sinabi sa akin ng mga mga predecessors ko not to be friends with them, I've always been, you know, to try to establish that relationship with them para if they're having trouble, it's easier for me to try to pull them up, you know, to build that trust in that relationship.
Are you friends with your agents or your direct reports on Facebook?
Outside work, yes, definitely. Pero I try to set a boundary on until when can we, you know, interact. Kasi I have had an personal experience in the past, no. So actually, I'll be very honest. So to Ken's point, you should not be close with your trainees. Actually, my wife was once my trainee.
Ayun.
Shout out sa wife ko.
Yes, hi, Michelle.
Yes, good morning.
So
Ibang closeness na yun.
Yan tayo sa call center, nagpapatulan.
Ayan. So after that, I think you know, it was you know, fun but difficult experience for me. So I learned from that particular situation, no? And then I eventually said na, you know, this is something that should not keep on going on my particular end. So, you know, I developed this particular relationship with the direct reports, but outside work, I try to set a limit, like up to when can you kind of parang go into...
Come over to my house.
Exactly.
Coaching one.
Wala siya. Iba.
In your case, kasi it happens talaga na minsan nagkakaroon nga ng conflict. For example, may dalawang mag-boyfriend, di ba? May couple kayo sa team. Kasi normally pa nag-aaway sila, naapektuhan yung work.
Yes.
Or pag nag-resign yung isa, re-resign din yung isa. Or pag nilipat. Kaya minsan, hindi naman sa kinokontrol. Kasi di ba, may kanya-kanya naman tayo ng love life or whatever. Pero normally, it's either magkahiwalay sila ng team or ginagawa ng paraan ng manager. Strategy ba yun?
Oo, conflict.
Kasi
To avoid conflict of interest, no?
Aside from conflict of interest kasi, isa sa mga challenge ko yan recently lang dun sa previous ko, na yung magjowa, kasi gumagawa ng paraan talaga si guy na para makasama si girl. So, kung si guy is with her, si girl naman is stir-fry.
Yung off to.
So, isa doon sa dalawang mag-partner na yun, either mag-absent ng Wednesday o mag-absent ng Friday. So, might as well, ang ginawa ko, sige, parehasan na natin ng schedule. Ng rest day. Umuwi naman, kasi yung isa 3 to 12, yung isa naman 5 to 2. Ang ginagawa naman ng isa, lagi namang late.
Okay.
Kasi nga, sabay na sila ng off, pero hindi nga sabay ng time. So, yung isa nalilate talaga. So, dumating yung time na, ay, sobra na. Dapat, ganito na lang gawin natin. Nung pumirma ka ng kontrata, hindi ko nilagay sa kontrata na dapat ganito, ganyan, ganon. Nung pumirma si girl, dapat ito lang din. So you guys choose. Bakit kayo nandito? Why are you here? If you guys are here to work, then let's work. But if you guys, you know, priority yung relationship, maybe you need to consider na mag-isip kayo, ano bang pinaka-importante? Because this might not be the right place for you guys. Ginaganon ko na kagad, dinidiretso ko na kagad. Kasi, nasa-sacrifice yung ibang tao dapat na napapriority pero hindi napapriority dahil nga sa ganang sitwasyon na dapat na ito talaga yung rest day ng taong yun pero swinap mo parang napagbigyan tong
What about bosses having relationships with their agents? Bawal ba siya sa company or
as much as possible?
Conflict of interest yun.
Conflict of interest if you guys are in the same account. In the same report.
Project,
project and direct report mo siya.
Correct.
So,
I think that's applicable.
Can you tell us something about how did you handle that pala?
Yeah, kasi I think it's applicable in all industries.
Kahit sang industry.
Yes.
Pag direct report mo na may relationship kayo.
Dapat magkaibang team kayo. Yes.
So you have to honestly declare it. Because let's declare mo talaga.
Tapos declare your love.
Declare your love. I love you.
Be proud.
Ayan. So I think naman I don't think na matatago mo siya forever kasi at lalabas yan eh. I think
people will see it.
People will observe, people will see kasi let's face it, it's a repetitive industry at one point in time, right? Na any change in the behavior of people, ma-observe mo agad eh. Like, bakit bigla sila nagsasama? Bakit lagi sila nagsasabay mag-coffee? Bakit sila sabay mag-lunch? Ganun. So you would start having so parang pang-artista lang yung response eh. In any case, so I think you should not allow it in a sense na the evaluation towards the end kasi there are at the end of the year kasi di ba usually you evaluate the person based on performance.
Yes.
Plus the bonuses are usually determined or the promotions are determined by your feedback. And feedback are very subjective. So you want to try to avoid that. And at the same time, it creates more mess in terms na yung point kanina ni Christine tsaka ni Ken na you might develop some sort of perception na there's favoritism, right? Or biasing towards your people. So it's not very recommended. Like for example, in the team right now, I have two people who are in a relationship. So I told one of them, that one of them has to move eventually because if that one person is gunning for a lead post, then she or he can no longer be part of the project. Kailangan mo talaga mag-move. So in that particular 6 months time, we mentored her and then eventually started moving her to become a lead for another project already.
That's perfect. Siguro let's talk about yung most challenging part of handling people and let's share some advice dun sa mga nag-struggle ngayon sa role nila. Let's talk to Ken.
Siguro I think you need to be able to find a way to voice out your concerns, whether that's from a friend, to a friend or to a mentor, to a lead. Kasi it's very important to be converse about these things. Kasi wag mong solohin, kumbaga. Right? Yung mga problema natin, kung minsan masusolusyonan naman talaga. Especially when it comes to career, right? Like usually yung sa mga career, yung mga nagko-complain about their careers na parang hanggang dito na lang ba ako, ganyan. Find a way to voice that out to your lead. Like find a way to let them know na parang I'm interested in doing training, I'm interested in doing like a QA role or a SME role. Most likely yung training natin will have like a VIP type of like internship that we can offer, or even like trainings within the company that we can offer, just to manage that career path, right? So the earlier that you voice this out, the earlier that we can plot these things in your daily activities and give you more responsibility.
But in your experience ba, what's the most challenging sino yung not sino, but what was the most challenging part?
Siguro yung mga people na mahirap i-coach. Like for example, people who are very tenured na I come in usually in a training room, tapos marami tayong mga tenured agents doon na parang why are you training me? You're younger than me. Ganun yung perception na parang you have to establish your credibility as early as training na parang not only am I your trainer, but I'll also be the person who will support you in production. So parang siguro yung mga yon na yung parang ayaw lang talaga nilang ibang mga tao na ayaw talaga nilang mag-develop ng sarili nila. Okay na sila sa daily thing na ginagawa nila. Yun mahirap rin yung i-manage.
Or taken for granted yung job.
Oo, exactly. Mahirap i-motivate yung mga ganun tao.
May mga ganun tao na during coaching session, di ba syempre tatanungin mo, is there anything else na gusto mong erase or may kailangan ba akong itulong sa'yo? Sabihin lang nila,
wala.
Tapos pag alis nila, marami
dami sabi.
Actually, but that says a lot about your relationship with that particular trainee, right? If you establish kasi that trust, most likely kasi they'll give, they'll provide kung ano yung hinanakit talaga nila. You become you become a lead, not only a lead but also a friend.
A mentor.
I know that, and also a mentor. I know that that's very difficult to balance, right? But they have to know that you will be there for them also. So I try to establish that as much as I can in all the advice point. Yeah.
How about you, Ricky?
So I think the most difficult is in the past when I encountered na yung transitions. It's very easy. It's much easier to start handling a team pag nagsabayan kayo. Right?
Yeah.
When you undergo training together, kasi alam nila na sabay-sabay kayo naghirap for that particular project. Right? So but when there's a transition, like there was a lead before na nasanay na in a particular cycle or habit or behavior or sequence ng buhay nila, or yung rewards recognition, that's when the difficulty part comes in kasi you were always being compared to the previous lead.
Correct.
Yes.
Like for example, one of the things that I established as a rule is that pwede ko kayong ilibre sa pizza or whatever if you wanna, do a short team building kind of activity, but I will not cover all expenses. Parang you have to take part in that because in that particular sense, you develop this mindset na parang lahat tayo may toka dito, hindi lang si TL or si lead or whatever. Kasi if you give everything, the tendency is for them to get spoiled. That's what you try to prohibit.
Yeah.
Na kahit sabihin na natin na magbigay lang sila ng 5 piso, that also already kind of develops that parang mental something na kahit na 5 piso, I still contributed to this particular thing. So, yung mga ganong klaseng bagay, kasi yun, so apart from the transition, trust is also another thing that you have to develop.
And you involve them, di ba?
Involve them in involve them in your decision making, but do not let them decide.
Yes.
Kasi ang magiging problema, ang ibang problema ng lead, lalo yung mga bago, they tend to, ano sa palagay mong gagawin natin? And then, just go with that. And then, if it fails, yung backfire, sabi niya, sabi mo kasi ganito, ikaw nagsuggest, actually, sino nagsuggest nun? And then, you start to ruin your environment, you start to ruin your relationship, and then eventually develop that nickname that we are all fearing.
Is it true yung quote na parang ano ba to, yung take the blame, give credits, take the blame?
Yeah, so it's very true. Like for example, as a lead, what you're supposed to, kasi lead ka na sometimes kasi may misconception na pag nag-transition ka from an agent to a lead post, you're still waiting for that praise from your managers or your directors na, good job, Ricky, good job, whoever, right? But you're not supposed to be thinking that anymore. You're already a people developer.
Yes.
So, what you should be gunning for is for your people to be praised, for your people to be rewarded. And then, if there is something wrong, like for example, I have had several escalation that I have to stay in the office for 72 hours just to resolve that escalation. I did not blame it on my people. I coached the person not to do it again, but all the hard work in terms of addressing that escalation, it fell onto me.
Yeah.
But that should not be pressured on that person. Kasi baka mamaya, hindi lang niya alam paano mag-react. And that's not the person's fault. It's actually your fault for not teaching that person to anticipate that kind of issues.
Siguro yan yung difference kapag manager ka na and when you are still an agent. Because when you're still an agent, you are thinking most of the time individual contributor ka.
Yes.
But when you're an agent, yung kino-contribute ng team mo is actually a reflection of how you are to them.
Yeah.
So kaya siguro ganun. Ownership is actually should be part of everyone.
What about you, Christine?
I guess the hardest one for me when I was starting as a team lead is that yung talaga, yung mga agents na ayaw magpa-coach because they don't like you. Basically, that's it.
It's personal. Yeah, it's may bias na siya.
Correct. Let's say, for example, yun nga, you guys started same din naman sa company, tapos same seniority, tapos may mga hidden na galit or inggit or whatever, kung ano man yun, na, it's more of, they want the account, they want the process, but they just don't like the team lead. Basically, period, that's all.
Yeah.
May mga iba naman na ako, it's my challenge because na-spoiled ko kasi. Spoiler kasi ako Like, let's say yung sinabi nga kanina ni Ricky na we need to anticipate kanino lang ba dapat nagbibigay ng rewards. Hindi lahat dapat binibigyan ng rewards because that's what ini-expect sa kanila That's what expected from them Kaya lang, ang nangyayari sa akin when I was starting was I gave rewards every now and then sa team ko na feeling nila na kahit na hindi naman ka-reward, they would ask for reward na, complete attendance tayo ngayon, pizza naman dyan, TL. Or kaya naman na, nakuha natin yung 37% for today, pizza naman.
Basic expectation, may ano na.
Kinabukasan, magsa-17% kami, pizza nyo ako ngayon. Diba? Hindi mo naman pwede sabihin ganun, diba?
Okay.
Pero as years passed by, one thing na na-develop ko is that dapat you play a balance of being an emotional leader and being a strict and at the same time balanced leader. Kasi yung emotion, hindi mo matatanggal yan eh. Ma-attach at ma-attach ka sa mga taong to because of a certain reasons. Pero at the end of the day, if you put certain limitations on certain actions, then it's gonna be easier. One thing that I would advise to those team leads na nag-startup is there's no preparation talaga for this position. Hindi talaga kailangan maging prepared at all eh. Kasi there are times na may mga situation na bigla-bigla lang darating na hindi mo talaga ma-anticipate agad-agad. Kasi kung prepare ka, anticipated mo na lahat. Mag-anticipated na, di ba?
Okay.
So, one thing na dapat meron sa isang team lead is that dapat yung pagiging open-minded niya sa lahat ng mga sitwasyon in terms of hard situation or difficult situation, dapat mas malawak pa sa pag-iisip ng agent niya. Dapat maisipan
Mas
niya na
advanced siya.
correct, dapat maisip niya na he or she is no longer at agent level. She's a team lead na. So dapat mas malawak yung pang-unawa niya, mas malawak yung pag-intindi niya. And most of all, dapat if you're starting as a team lead, dapat willing ka talagang matuto at willing ka mag-undergo. Dapat tinanong mo muna yung sarili mo prior of you getting that position. Saying yes to that position is that, kaya ko na ba?
Kaya mo. Talaga sa sarili mo yun.
Correct.
By the way, we have live viewers. Sobrang dami nang nakaka-relate dito sa ating discussion ngayon. Hindi na natin sila nabawi kasi hindi na po kami nag-break. Kung makapansin eh. Medyo niratsyado na namin yung oras. Late kami nag-start. Okay, so we owe it to you guys. Thank you sa lahat ng tumutok. Gusto ko lang i-mention yung iba yan. So we have RJ De Vera, we have Lay Velasco, we have Mel Francis Alice, JM Saltning, and Andulay. And then we have some few announcements, Frank.
Yep, we'd also like to greet yung best friend ni Sir Choi from Terra Data, Christian Sanchez, nakatutok ngayon. Pati
Speaking of Sir Choi, may tayo dun sa workshop niya, di ba?
Ayan, this one. Creative Voices Production VoiceWorks, the country's premier and most comprehensive voice acting and dubbing workshop, is opening its door to the 42nd batch of individuals who want to explore their potential. Be one of the best voice talents in the Philippines. Join VoiceWorks now. Classes starts this October 7. Just visit facebook.com/Creative Voices Productions for more details. By the way, si Frank will be there?
Yep, I will be part of Batch 42.
And MA and I were part of Batch 41.
So kung gusto niyo mag-dubbing or voice acting, please join. May mga gusto pa kayong batiin, mabilis na lang po. Plug.
Like our friends from our company talaga.
From G Network.
Watching sila Shane also, at saka sila Van and my team, Van, Drew, Yan, Ange, and Loud.
Ricky, your wife.
Oh yes, hi to my lovely wife Michelle and to my baby Mishka.
Hello.
Hello to my office mates as well.
Hello.
Sa mga nakatutok, hi kay
Bebe.
JM. Siyempre, yung mami ko nagising na maaga para lang manood. Tsaka yung baby ko magbe-birthday na this coming 4th of October, si Chloe.
Happy birthday!
Tsaka si Lay rin pala.
Yeah, si Lay. Nakatutok nga si Lay. So, yun nga. Anyway, may mga gusto kayong plug.
Yep, magbabati din ako, no? Ace Gonzalez, nako bro, happy tuning in. Happy birthday din pala, no? Jason Aliejas, thank you so much for tuning in. And I'd like to promote my official Facebook page. That's Events Hosting by Frank Rizzo. For professional hosting needs, you can just contact me on my Facebook.
Yeah, and I'd also like to greet the lovely people from the Queen City of the South, mga buntag, mga taga Cebu, and of course, you should like our official Facebook page, Call Center Radio PH, and you can also like my personal page, Tanya Sempron, and the Ratch Online Shop.
Yeah. Please also like my official page on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, MA Buendia HD. And if you would like to watch our previous episodes, tsaka itong episode na to, I normally re-upload snippets and the full episode dun sa aking YouTube channel, MA Buendia HD. And I would like to thank iStop iShop for my watch. Nagpadala sila kahapon. Thank you so much. So please check their page on IG and Facebook. iStop iShop.
Ay, ganun mo, model.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really love it.
I have two more.
Yeah.
Kay Marie na naka-tune in ngayon sa kay Ate Mia, thank you for watching.
Ayan, Sir Choi as well. Since si Sir Choi ay talagang nakatutok din sa atin, gusto niyang i-share ang quote na ito. Sabi niya, "The true essence of empowerment is maximizing human potential and not just delegating authority."
Perfect. Anyway, sasabihin ko
You
sa
would know that you're a best leader if you create
leaders pa.
Yeah.
But you develop them. So, isa na naman pong, ano ba to? Sasabihin ko sana 2 oras. Eh,
1.5?
Isang oras at kalahati na naman po ng inspiration, motivation, and empowerment ang nagdaan dito sa Call Center Radio. And sa ngalan po ng aming founder and producer, walang iba kundi ang voice master of the Philippines, ang poging-poging si Sir Choi, live from Taiwan na nakatutok ngayon. Kami po ang inyong mga ka-teammates sa BPO. I am your call center vlogger, M.A. Buendia.
And I am your engineer BPO teammate, Tanya Sempron.
And I am your professional host ka-teammate, the terrific host, Frank Rizzo.
Goodbye, and stay tuned po kasi the author's voice will be coming right after. So,
Lag
see you
out na,
next week, guys.
Bye.
It's here, the only radio talk show made specially for all workers of the call center industry. Call Center Radio. It aims to become a platform for conversation about anything related to the call center industry. We'll have different guests every week to discuss some tips, advices, and share inspiring stories of BPO employees. Call Center Radio. Call Center Radio. Hosted by M.A. Buendia, Frank Rizzo, and Tanya Sempron. Every Sunday, 7 to 8 a.m. Only here at DZRJ, 8:10 a.m. TriMedia, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Pampagood vibes sa inyong Sabado ng umaga. Mga makabuluhang talakayan at kaalaman para sa ating mamamayan. Yan ang hatid sa inyo ni Miss Vivian Velez sa programang Double V. Si Miss Vivian Velez sa Double V. Kasama si Peter Serrano. Tuwing Sabado alas 6:30 hanggang alas 8 ng umaga.